So in this video, we're going to explore how we can relieve lower back pain and sciatica. So sciatica is when the nerve has been compressed or the lower back has been compressed and it sends a pain kind of around your back and down your legs and kind of down the glutes as well. So we're going to start by coming into a child's pose. So if you come to all fours onto your hands and knees and you spread your fingers wide, take your knees as wide as your hips. Take a deep inhale and just get yourself settled here for a moment. Bring your big toes together to touch, or toes just about touching, and start to lower your bum all the way down towards your heels, and start to walk your hands forwards and lower your forehead all the way down to the floor. Start by taking 3 deep breaths here. Just allowing the spine and the shoulders and the neck just to stretch and lengthen. Taking one final deep inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to slowly and softly move yourself back into a tabletop position. And we're going to create some waves here. So as we inhale in tabletop, we look forwards. And as we exhale, we move back into child's pose, almost lowering the forehead down. And then we inhale to rise all the way back up into a tabletop. Exhale, lowering all the way back down. And just continue this, inhaling to rise up and exhaling to lower down. Just really starting to warm up the spine, the shoulders and the hips. Breathing in deeply as you rise up. And exhaling as you lower. Well, let's take 2 more in our own time. Breathing in and breathing out. And the next time you come up, you're going to stay into your tabletop pose. From here, you're going to just gently walk your knees back. You're going to spread your fingers wide, bend your elbows and lower your torso all the way down to the floor so we come to lie on our stomachs. From here, you're going to take your hands underneath your chest, kind of just around the shoulder area. You're going to push your hands into the earth, and as you inhale, start to look forward, shine your chest forward, gentle back bend. Exhale, lower the forehead down to the earth. Inhale, rising back up, pointing the toes, backs of the feet are in contact with the mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rising up, feeling the opening of the lower back. Exhale, down. If you feel like there's any compression or pinching in the lower back, then try not to come up as far. Just kind of lower yourself halfway down. So just gently awakening, strengthening that lower back. And then one final time, when you stay up, you're going to start to take your hands back behind you, palms of the hands flat to the floor. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, lower the forehead all the way back down to the floor. This time as you inhale, look forward and we're moving into locust pose, Shalabhasana. So this time we're going to lift the right leg and the right foot off the floor. Inhale. Exhale, maybe lowering right side of the face to the earth this time. Inhale, looking forwards, left leg. Exhale, lower left side of the face to the earth. Inhale, right leg looking forwards. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, left leg. Lowering down. This time as you inhale, we're going to stay up. You're going to lift your right leg and your left leg And you're going to stay here for 3, 2, 1. Release the right side of the face to the earth and take a few moments to breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. On the next inhale, slowly lift the head and the chest. Lifting the right leg and the left, and maybe we're staying here. Maybe we're taking it a little bit further by lifting the hands off the floor, rolling the shoulders back behind us, shining the fingers and the toes all the way to the back of the room, breathing in. And as you exhale, let's take the hands underneath the forehead, left hand on top of right, make yourself a pillow, and lower your forehead down into crocodile pose. As you rest the forehead down, allow the heels just to roll out to the sides as you take a break. And we're here for 3 breaths. From here, gently start to lift the head and look forwards. Take the hands underneath the chest and push yourself back gently into a tabletop pose. Breathing in and breathing out. From here in table, you're going to tuck your toes as we just about move into down dog. But before we do, spread your fingers wide. Push your weight into the joints and the pads of your hands to protect the wrists. Tuck your toes, inhale. And as you exhale, gently start to take the bum to the heels and then slowly lift your bum towards the sky as you move into down dog and start to pedal your feet. Make sure your feet are about hip width apart and your hands are about shoulder width apart. And start to lengthen your hamstrings and lengthen your spine. If it's available to you, maybe try to look in between the big toes and breathe in and breathe out. Allow the neck and the head to become heavy now. Breathing in and breathing out. Start to take your feet a little bit wider, slightly wider than hip width apart. Continue pedaling out the feet. Breathing in. And as you exhale, lower the knees down to the floor. Untuck your toes and come to sit on your shins and on your heels just for a moment. Place your hands on your thighs and take 3 breaths. Deeply breathing in through the nose and breathing out. Just allowing the quadriceps to lengthen. Breathing in and breathing out. Keeping the spine nice and long, relaxing the shoulders back and down. Breathing in and breathing out. From here, slowly walk yourself back into a tabletop pose. Spread fingers wide, tuck toes. We're preparing for our down dog. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, taking the bum towards the heels and then start to lift up back into your downward facing dog and once again pedal out your feet. From here, we're going to move into plank pose. So bend your knees, stick your bum up high and then see if you can ripple forward through your spine and come to the top of a push-up, which is a plank pose, and you want your spine to be long. So the first option here is to drop the knees down and come into a supported plank with the knees on the floor. And for some of us, we're going to stay here. For others, we might move to lift the knees off the floor and take a few breaths with the knees off, keeping the spine long. Take a deep inhale, and then wherever you are, we're all going to meet back into downward facing dog. So pushing back into down dog, we're taking 2 breaths, pedaling the feet. Breathing in, lengthening the spine, the backs of the legs and the glutes. And breathing out, pedaling, looking between your big toes, relaxing the head and the neck. Take a deep inhale in stillness, bend your knees, lift your heels. And as you exhale, ripple forward back into a plank. Once again, option to drop the knees to the floor, supported plank, or keep them lifted. If they're lifted, then don't allow your hips to drop down or the bum to kind of lift towards the sky. We're keeping a straight line. Everyone take a deep breath in, and once again, roll back into your downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet, breathing in and breathing out. And then from here, we're going to do one final plank, rippling forward, either knees up or knees down. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, lower your knees all the way to the floor. From here, take your toes and your legs to the side and come to sit on your bum. Take your feet and your legs in front of you and shuffle forward to the middle of your mat. From here, stretch your arms out in front of you. Lengthen your spine so you've got a nice straight spine, particularly in the lower back. Breathing in. And as you exhale, we're going to ripple down through the spine, rolling through each vertebra for the count of 6. So 6, using the strength of your core, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, rippling all the way down. And just release the head down onto the floor. Bring the feet slightly closer towards the bum. Take a breath here. Relax your arms by the sides of your body. Take a deep inhale and start to place your palms of the hands down to the earth. Exhale. We're moving into bridge pose, so as you inhale, push into all 4 corners of your feet. Keep your spine nice and long, gently lower the chin down towards the chest to keep the neck long. And as you inhale, start to lift your tailbone and ripple up through your spine, eventually pushing your hips towards the sky. Breathing in. And as you exhale, slowly ripple all the way down, moving from the cervical spine, through the thoracic spine, and all the way down through the lumbar spine. Take a moment in stillness, breathe in, and breathe out. Inhale, pushing into the feet. We'll move again, picking up the tailbone, rippling through each vertebra of the spine, and gently pushing the hips towards the sky. Breathing in. And we're staying here for a few breaths. See if you can keep the knees parallel. Breathing out. Breathing in. And as you exhale, slowly lower all the way down towards the earth. From here, bring your knees in towards your chest, hands on top of each shin, and start to bring your forehead towards your knees, curling into a tiny ball. Inhale. Exhale, release everything back to the hands and feet to the earth. Inhale, moving back into your tiny ball. Stretching the back of the neck and the spine, the glutes, the hips. Exhale, lower down. Using the strength of your core, move back. Inhale, tiny ball. We're going to stay here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly unraveling, using the strength of your abdominal muscles, lower hands, lower feet. Take a breath. Inhale, lift the left foot off the floor. Start to externally rotate your left hip and flex your left toes. And place the outer edge of the left foot on top of the right thigh. We're moving into figure of 4. Inhale, bring the right knee closer towards the chest so the right foot comes off the floor. And just gently start to rock from side to side. Feeling that massaging of the lower back and the releasing of the left hip and the left glute. Breathing in and breathing out. And for some of us, we're staying here. If you want to take it further to deepen the stretch, you can thread your hands underneath that right knee. Take a hold of the right knee by clasping the hands and just gently rocking side to side once again. If you feel your lower back is really peeling off the floor, then you've gone a little bit too far, and just release the hands and take the hands back down to the floor. Breathing in and a deep exhale. From here, release the right foot down towards the floor. Uncross the left leg and place the left foot to the earth. We do the same on the right, so inhale, right foot off the floor. Externally rotate the right hip. Really dorsiflex the right toes to protect the knee joint and lower the outer edge of the right foot on top of the left knee, the left shin. Sorry, not the left shin, the left knee and towards the left quadricep. Thread your hands if you want to, or just lift that left foot off the floor and rock from side to side. And now start to flex your left toes as well, so both feet are now flexed, massaging the lumbar spine. Maybe you want to thread again after a couple of moments, and maybe rocking from side to side again. Breathing in and breathing out. Take one final deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lower left foot to floor, uncross the right leg, and just gently rock your knees from side to side in windshield wiper motion. Dropping the knees from one side to the other, releasing the hips and the lower back. Breathing in, maybe resting the hands on the chest or the stomach. Breathing out. And then from here we move into our final resting pose, into Shavasana. So option for our lower back pain is, instead of straightening the legs, we're going to keep the knees bent, and we're going to drop the knees in towards each other, and maybe the feet move slightly outwards towards the sides of the mat. This helps just to flatten the lower back rather than arching it with straight legs. Rest your hands on your lower stomach. And we're going to take a few moments, either with our eyes closed or with our gaze softened. And just allow your lower back to soften down. And allow your shoulders and your neck to release. And our purpose for Shavasana is to allow the body to absorb the effects of the practice. So let's take a couple of moments in stillness and in silence. Just avoid that temptation to want to fidget or to skip Shavasana. Try to be with yourself, be with your mind in stillness, one of the most challenging parts of yoga. So gently start to deepen your breath. Start to straighten the legs, the knees point towards the sky. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, allow the body to roll onto the right side. And gently start to roll yourself nice and slowly all the way back into a seated position. Coming into a cross-legged seated position, closing your eyes, take your hands to your heart into Anjali Mudra, prayer pose. And just thank yourself for showing up on the mat and respecting your mind and your body. Namaste, and I hope you've enjoyed the practice.